What are the first pitch temps supposed to be like today? About 40 degrees?
Well, yeah, mid-40s. Mid-40s looking outside the hotel window. I still haven't breathed any outside oxygen in this city yet.
I don't think it's a bad thing, Jags. We've done that many a time, especially, we would do our annual poker tournament. Now it's at MGM National Harbor, but in the past it would be at the Borgata. And there are many guys who didn't leave that place for 3 days without stepping outside.
I'm raising my hand. I was one of those guys. Trust me.
It's raining a little bit, but hopefully it's going to clear up. I mean, they made the decision. It was a smart decision to postpone yesterday. It was miserable here all day, so hopefully we'll get this one in today at 4:00.
Well, we kind of threw out the question earlier in the show, and we took some calls on it. And we asked, how did the Nats get over the hump? Meaning, of course, how do they actually win a first-round playoff series? Is it Davey Martinez? Is it, Adam Eaton being healthy? Is it other guys being healthy? And it's kind of a tough question to answer for me anyway. I just answered and said, look, they can't make the mistakes that they've made in the postseason in the past, whether it be Wieters throwing the ball away or Jason Worth's base running blunders, stuff like that. So I don't even know what the answer is. I guess the simple answer is he's got to play better. But to Dave Jaggler, what is it? What is the answer to that?
Well, that's a fair assessment there. I mean, crazy thing about how they've lost all these playoff series and games in particular is over their postseason history. Since they won their first playoff game against the Cardinals in Game 1 in 2012, they're 0-8 in one-run games in the postseason. I mean, if you play 8 one-run games, you figure, hey, if you're really struggling, you're going to win 2 of them. You're going to go 2-6. But they are 0-8 in one-run games, and that speaks to the little mistakes that they made. Whether it's last year Lobaton getting picked off first base in the 8th inning with the tying and the go-ahead runs on. I mean, you can point to all sorts of little things in all these one-run games. I mean, was it Matt Williams taking Jordan Zimmerman out in the game that they lost in 18 innings? But frankly, this team has always been a very good offensive team in the regular season. You get into the postseason, runs are tough to come by. These games that they're losing outside of the 9-8 game that they lost last year, these games are 2-1, they're 3-2, they're 4-3. They haven't scored a lot of runs. They haven't been able to situationally get those runs in when they have a chance. So I'd love to see them in a postseason series. Hit a little better, put some more runs on the board, but it's so fluky that they've lost all these one-run games in a row in postseason. But that's a long way. We've got a full 6 months ahead of us, and they certainly have to get there first.
What should Nationals fans expect from Adam Eaton?
Well, I mean, I think what you saw in April, I mean, he was a positive influence as far as setting the table with he and Trey Turner causing havoc, and this offense clicked when he was in there last year. I mean, it seemed like they were scoring 10 runs a game almost every other day. I think they averaged sustain that over a full season. He's going to run into kids making game, like Mike Rizzo says with his. So he became a very popular player here in his 1 month that he played last season. So for a full year.
What are your question marks going into opening day for this team?
Well, question marks, always are. Well, I mean, I think like a lot of people, how are you going to fill in that fifth starter spot? I mean, how long does A.J. Cole hold on to that? Is he just keeping the seat warm for Jeremy Hellickson? I mean, obviously, the big question surrounding this team that people keep talking about is Zimmerman. How is this spring training going to impact the start of the season? Now, I'll tell you that Zimmerman is 100% healthy. I mean, I think there are people who think that the fact that he only played in one spring training game, the Nationals are hiding something or they're doing something nefarious with his health. He is fine. This is the plan that they came up with to get him ready for the season. It is very unorthodox. He got his work in on the minor league side. He got his at-bats. It's all about saving the wear and tear on his body. At his age, he didn't want to go through the rigors of even 15 or an extra 15 spring training games. So, how does this play out? Is he ready for the season to go? Is he going to come out gangbusters like he did last year? And if he does, is this a trend that catches around the league? I think a lot of people are watching this closely. If he gets off to a slow start, then it's going to be easy to second-guess that that decision to say, oh, he wasn't ready for the season. So that's going to be one that